I see he's so fucking stressed that it's not helping, you know. Good. From Wednesday I can tell you, okay, this is a good lap time, this is a bad lap time, because now I get the feeling. But coming this morning to this track, which is a green track, you can say nothing. We try to do it better, 100% until Wednesday, and then we start again from here.
So we know that the first time the car will be on the track, the car will already be in a good window. So then it's fine-tuning. Nothing needs to be perfect, but a lot of parameters need to be good. So the setup needs to be good, the driver needs to be good, the strategy needs to be good, the mechanics at the pit stop need to be good. But if we have a small stone somewhere, it will not, or one stone will not make the race turning into a complete disaster.
Rear axle gets a bit bad, combined traction, and then also mid corner, medium speed, low speed. So for the crew, we refuel as Matteo said, we don't change tires, and we go for front anti-roll bar 6.6.
On the Sunday we were very assured that actually our pace was looking promising, and therefore Wednesday was a very big shock to us. So every session by that became very important.
And impossible. I mean, the track is so different. I struggled a lot.
But not to the good.
In general, the rear axle is too loose. Medium speed it's the weakest, the higher the speed, the downforce kind of catches it, but if you have a moment, then you have quite a big one. Okay, copy. We're going to do like significant setup time on the car, and then you still have at the moment 25 minutes before we change the brakes and we go for Antares.
Of course, you also compare them to the sister car, and the thing was the sister car was so strong from the first outing and so well sorted out, and you know, the time is flying.
What I can really remember is that this also played a big factor in Antares' mind.
This sets the benchmark. This is what can be done. Why are we so far off the potential? We thought we had a good starting point, yes we did, but we actually did not evolve, we devolved, going from Sunday to Wednesday, and we're just trying to climb out of the hole from then onwards.
I still struggle with after high force braking zone, but the rear is too light.
The entire week I had the feeling Antares was more tense than I know him.
He has no confidence because the car is too wiggling.
He brakes also way too late. Way too late.
Everywhere he brakes too late.
Yeah, the problem is you have to brake earlier now. I mean, I also brake too late. Too fast here again. Wait. Whoa.
Track limit, yeah.
Whoa. It's a disaster now.
It seems the more you care about hitting certain things, certain actions, the more difficult it becomes. I kept thinking about how special this opportunity was and probably spent too much time thinking about that, even though I was trying to shut it out.
I think we are a bit lost, yeah? Okay. I mean, it's huge obviously.
Because Antares honestly thinks he did so much, like he fucked it up on him, but I said, no, the car is really, you can see it has a not such a nice balance.
If we rewound our clock to 2024, this year was a bit of a prove myself that I can be at a top tier program. GT World Challenge was exactly that. Even if you won this, it doesn't get you a ticket back to Le Mans. So it is really basically a flag in the ground to prove you can get there. GT World Challenge would have been that statement of intent And at the point of making that commitment, it was beyond imagination that we would go to Le Mans. Having Le Mans 24 show up in July suddenly, just in relative terms, made everything else far less significant. That made GT World itself like a preparatory program. All the testing, all the driving, all the team building became, how can we do better at Le Mans? And that is really what happened.
That's not working, this not working, everything is a nightmare.
Oh, Antares got hit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm not blaming you for anything, just stay focused.
They just dropped the car on my foot.
Somebody pulled the lance.
Antares really took a risk this year with both me and Morris. We are very young, unexperienced.
We have a good connection with Antares, which is generally the most important thing, regardless of age or anything else, and we are fast.
They have their goals. They want to advance, whether it's factory or otherwise. I'm here to support them in helping them. If they do well, maybe I'll do well too. Learn a few things along the way.
The best way to measure yourself within GT racing is this hyper-competitive field. There's some of the best bronze drivers that are also driving in WEC, driving Le Mans, driving the 24 Hours of Spa. So we really have a good comparison, and also throughout the year see a very good line on where the development is heading. We have really a lot of pair of eyes in this championship watching us. So we have Joe, we have Mitch, Marcel, and we have Klaus, who's the team manager. And also, if we manage to get this right, it has a lot of potential.
Naturally a team needs to bond a bit. You cannot put a group of people together and expect for it to work, even if the quality of the people is high.
For this race, the first race of the weekend, we have 60 cars entered for the race. The level of competition here is a lot higher. For Antares as well, it's a lot of tracks he's never been to before.
Radio check, radio check. Radio good, radio good. This is just an 8-lap warm-up run to get reacclimatised with the track. Let us know if you have any strange feelings or weird balance issues with the car, and then we can fix them.
The bronze test is something that really reveals, the mettle of your bronze driver.
For him, it was just to get back into the rhythm, and then also give him a new tyre and just try and work on some technique, give him a long run, focus on consistency and stuff like that.
Information, tyre temp is a little bit low, so please try and generate some energy into the tyre.
For me, it looks like you are braking a little bit too late for turn 3, which is causing the oversteer on entry.
Try turn 5 in second gear. This should help you carry more speed into turn 6.
I think he was struggling quite a bit initially, because with the new tyre compound it's quite difficult with the pickup that you get.
Reminder, for turn 1, try and turn in earlier.
It was not help for me in the corner ring.
Maybe ask him to try turn 5 in second gear.
Honestly, I think he's in quite a good rhythm if we let him drive.
So since it's the first weekend, obviously there's a lot of trial and error going on. So people stepping into roles, including myself, stepping into roles where I actually shouldn't worry about. And this is also a very good fact checker.
We had quite some difficulty still with trying to see which guy is best to talk to him, and there was a bit of chaos in the background.
Reference, that time please.
Target 55.4, target 55.4.
Why 55.4? It's a silver.
We don't.
That's a silver,
It's
huh?
a silver, guys.
We don't know about the fuel as well.
Correction, target 56.4, 56.4 target.
There was some hiccups, especially whenever he got in a situation where he was closing in on someone, or whenever somebody came from behind. it kind of put him off guard.
The only conclusion is, yeah, there's a bit of a gap. There's a huge gap to the other bronze drivers in this field.
He wants to be alone in sector 3, he needs to focus.
In all fairness, he really had a strong showing, and especially in the end, I believe it was his last lap, which was very good.
Oh, nice. 56.8. Improved. This was a really good lap, actually.
Yeah, it gave us good motivation to go into FP1 together.
Confidence boost for the rest of the weekend. This is why I wanted to finish 6.
Really good now, this was very good.
Yeah.
Good job, really good lap. Checkered flag, so box.
It was really good for bronze time. I told you to target 56.4.
Yeah.
56.4 on that time was like the fastest bronze pace. Otherwise, if you can pick senior or your track, you would have only had one track limit, which was just for turn 7.
Well, then seven I know how to.
It's an easy one, yeah, it's easy, yeah.
Driving endurance races requires you to operate at a sufficiently high level when you have cars chasing you, you have pros, flying past, you have bronze spinning in front of you, and you have darkness and rain. Now, that is the challenge.
You ready, Antares? You ready? He's coming in now, so it will not be long.
Focus on your braking and turn-in markers. The other cars on track do not interest us. Focus on your braking and turn-in reference points.
He just struggles with references and everything.
Huh?
He just struggles on references and all.
Target lap time 1:59. You can be 50 meters later on brake for turn 1.
This is not working out, I'm just right in the line. I cannot be put into the night when a bunch of cars like this. It doesn't work.
You are offline, you can't make the corner, you're offline even more, then other traffic comes behind you, pushes you more. That is just a world of hurt, man.
You cannot see any colors, you cannot see anything, just big lights behind you.
Well, I can manage. This is too much. Can't even see the track.
Can't even see the track.
Hard to understand. Some he can assume the car is to oversteer or to loose for him, but he also just drops out of the window on temperature because he's like 7 seconds slower.
Yeah.
I want to box.
Copy, box. We will box.
Okay, guys, we're going to box because Antares is not happy with the feeling of the car. So we box.
There's no driving here in this section whatsoever because to me, it's just like we went out in the middle of a whole pack of pros. What the fuck am I doing there? I have no place being there.
But it makes still sense to experience it because it's a realistic.
In Spa, I've done this, but right here, it's pointless. It's pointless. Why the hell am I risking something?
For me, this is already quite a decider on who starts the race. It can't really be him. It's the only chance of having him drive the daylight.
It was good that we did this because we learned what his limitations are and we learned how we can then best use him in the race.
I think Joe made it very clear. You have two choices. You can go confront the demons and see if you survive lap 1, or you can have someone else start, then you'll be in the middle stint where you're battling the other pros and you're driving into nightfall. Your choice. Earlier this season, I had another experience, also in France, rather unpleasant. First time at this circuit Paul Ricard, and we weren't expecting to run the night, but the team sent me out anyway. It turned out to be quite a disaster because in some circuits, if you go offline, life becomes really hard. Paul Ricard was one of those cases. So we're going into Le Mans with some of those tracks eerily similar. New circuit, accuracy is paramount. This time you have a lot more at stake. So the team was rather focused on making sure that we don't have a missing leg in this tripod of drivers.
What is it, Porsche corners? What is it, Porsche exit?
It's not muffled.
No.
So it's not the volume, it's really the
clarity,
the filtering.
It became clear that we needed, help, with someone who is, clear on the radio, knowing, what, to communicate.
Entry Porsche turns, still overslowing. Second Porsche turn, the left-hander downhill to karting, also too slow.
Give me a number to aim for. And delta defense, example, delta defense karting, 5 or 10, give me a number, huh?
Not about the going deeper, it's less pressure, keep more platform.
Marco, just telling me more or less is not gonna work. You need to tell me how much I'm off. You need to give me the number, man.
Reset your mind. Go easy. Porsche entry, less brake pressure. Keep up.
Fuck. Yes, I was out of range. The reception is not everywhere the best. We have even areas where it changes of the reception, like the repeater, and we have cutouts where we know if I start talking now, at some point it cuts off and then he's not hearing the rest of the entire call. So this all needs to synchronize also with the rest of the group. And when, for example, our race director is kicking in and has a message, I have to stop because it's very important for all 3 cars. And when he has a message, most likely all the engineers are opening up the channel right after. And that makes the communication not really easy. But what I can say is he likes really a clear communication.
Yeah, Taurus, speaking, you most likely have 6 flying laps. 6 flying laps. No more track limits. No more track limits. We are on 5 already.
I know that you were now not happy.
No, there are many things that can be improved. For the last stint of the session, just going to rework it. I will be talking to you. You're the one that spoke earlier.
It's great that I think the Manthey guys, on their intercom, they heard everything that was going down, and what they decided was there is another race engineer that's actually oversee the entire team's effort, and he agreed to step in and be the one on the radio when I'm in the car. Huge kudos, to these guys, for spotting the issue and coming up with a solution. That's why you heard a different voice on the radio.
That to me gets rid of half
of your headaches.
Half the demons are gone.
Okay.
Now let's focus on the driving. I oftentimes struggle to find the reference points. So Mosan, it's not that I don't want to go.
So to cut there, it's hard to.
I see where the apex is. That's my problem. I thought Kai is on the radio.
He will take over when you're in the car. This is how.
Only for me.
Yes. For the others is no difference, no issue, because they no, but also they didn't have it any difference.
To be prepared for the race, in terms of strategy, was helping us if he is also able to drive in the night. And you can only do well if you are well prepared. And so he drove a few laps on Wednesday in the night practice, and he felt immediately that this is, he was not really used to it. He missed a bit the references.
For the next night session, it's gonna be more dark.
It's really, I think it's not that many things. It's really just.
It's that sequence.
The Porsche curves are missing a key concept between Porsches 3 and 4.
It was very important he drove on Thursday the full hour. His driving was so much better, and at this stage he can also drive in the night, and this would help us a lot in terms of strategy.
I'm not going to say I aced the night session, but I think the lap times were actually rather similar to what I was clocking during the day. So to them, it becomes a rather valid baseline. This can be expected of this guy at night, so it's something that can be used. We can run him at night.
Okay, Luke, we have an issue with the car where the car was not refueled enough.
We shouldn't fuck this up, huh? Flat time is good now. We have not seen this before.
Doesn't mean shit. So.
No, it's not shit.
It's disaster now.